Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use your settings for your left stick for your controller on Steam. If you look in the center of the screen, the controller on the left side is dark and the right side is highlighted. That's telling me that this game has partial controller support. So first we're going to go into the controller on the right. We're going to go up to the controller here. That's going to take us over to our templates. Now if you go to gamepad template, you're going to look on the left hand side. The joystick, it shows left joystick is set as joystick. That's going to be because this is a default setting for any game that has full controller support. This is what they're going to offer. So any game that doesn't have full controller support, they use keyboard, WASD, and mouse template. So if we click on here, you look on the left hand side, left joystick is WASD for your forward, back, left, and right joystick is joystick. So now what we're going to do is go back into my settings. I'm going to go to edit layout. I'm going to go to joystick. I'm going to go down to my left joystick, and you can see it's set up with the default for WASD. So it says directional pad. If I click on it, the two options that you'll ever use here will be this one or joystick. If you do have a game that'll work with both and you prefer using the joystick, I'll click on here and show you the settings for it. We'll go over to the settings, and you can set the sensitivity, you can set the vertical and the horizontal sensitivities, and then also the stick response. Those are the different settings you have with the joystick. So we'll back out of there, go back over to joystick and change that back to where it was, directional pad. Now if we go over to the settings here, you can see it's completely different. We have at the top right 8-way overlap, and then you can see down below it says overlap region. You can see the arrow on the left hand side, that's normally default, and of course I have it maxed all the way out. That's going to give me the most movement I feel for that left stick. That's the best setting I think there is for the 8-way overlap. Dead zone, that's going to be per game preference, but usually all those can be left at default. The only other option that you're going to have up here on the 8-way overlap that you're going to use could be analog emulation. Crossgate and 4-way no overlap, I never use those because that's just like a left, right, up, down. You don't have much in between for movement. It might be good for maybe a side scroller platformer or something like that, but otherwise you're always going to use the 8-way overlap or the analog emulation. Now if you click on it, you can see the settings on here are completely different again. Now if you use this as your settings for your left stick, you're going to take those. You can see the defaults are really low. The percentage and the pulse time, take them all the way up, and that's going to give you the most movement with that left stick. And of course, like I said before, same thing with the dead zones and everything below. Just leave as default unless you need to change the dead zone some. So now we'll go back into this and take it back up to 8-way overlap. And I think that's really about all the different settings that you need to know on here. But just keep in mind that, like I said, if it's a game with controller support, you can use the other layout that they give you. But if it's partial controller support, you're going to want to use this left stick as a directional pad, the WASD, and use the different options. Like I said, either 8-way or analog to make it work right. So if you have any other questions, let me know, and otherwise, hope this helped. Until next time, have a good one.